Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Stuart A. Swerdlow, Essene priest and Viking chieftain.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
When it gets married.
No, we've been through this before. It's
an iron
It's
ring.
not going to happen.
Really?
Ever.
Well, then the demons will possess you.
Ever. Anyway, speaking of which.
Who's a witch?
I want to talk to you today about funerals.
Mine?
That's up to you.
I always knew you were poisoning me.
I thought you were going to be the immortal vampire that didn't ever need a funeral.
Yeah, but vampires do have to die and then come back to life.
They do? Oh, that's not fun. Well, it could be fun. I don't know. Apparently the new thing is to have holograms of yourself at your own funeral. Right?
Yeah, how morbid would that be?
I think kinda. The businessman by the name of Carl Minardo has established a company that creates 3D holograms. So you can do your own eulogy to be played at your funeral. And believe it or not, people, he says, are willing to pay up to £38,000 for a 10-minute hologram.
Like $45,000.
That's a lot of money. And apparently, he said that the lowest price is like £15,000. How much would that be?
Like 20 grand.
20,000 or something? That's a lot. And apparently the late Amy Winehouse, the singer,
oh yes,
her family announced that Amy is going to tour as a hologram for the next year.
That is really
Freaky.
not good.
I think it's kind of
creepy.
freaky.
Creepy.
Yeah. And there's a man in London who runs a company called Kalida that says he has been approached by 8 people this year wanting to do their funerals like that, and his will cost £80,000.
You know, I might have to do that because I don't trust anyone to give my eulogy.
Yeah. But what if they do the hologram thing and they do something weird to it?
I should do that and tell people what I think of them, and then they can't talk back because I'm dead.
That's true. Well, anyway, so this man thinks that it's like a long time ago when people would use a camcorder, and that would be meaningful now that you actually get to see them and interact with them. And anyway, I just think that's kind of weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
And speaking of weird funeral things, did you know that Walt Disney World is the top vacation destination in the world and also the top #1 destination for weddings? Did you know that? Now you do, okay?
I'm not getting married
So guess
anymore.
what? Apparently, let me tell you about the weddings first. They have over 100 cast members available to officiate weddings. So, they can dress up in your favorite character and perform the ceremony, I guess. And they come from different religious and secular backgrounds, with the exception of Calvinists.
What kind of religion is Mickey Mouse?
I don't know. They didn't say. But now, what they're realizing is that guests have been bringing cremated remains of their loved ones to Disney parks and dumping them into the canals and on rides and around the...
That's horrible.
Yes. So now, guess what Disney's going to do starting in 2019?
Put a cremated ash tax on those people.
They're building a funeral pavilion that's going to be located at the Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, and they're going to call it Magic Funeral Services.
Well, going to Florida is death.
So now you can get married there and you can get buried there. So again, I think that's kind of creepy. And then beginning in December, just a month away, a couple of weeks now.
Not very close.
Yep, the guests can now download a new app called My Funeral Plus, and they can access the funeral services of Disney on their smartphone. Isn't that weird?
You just reminded me.
Yes.
I didn't say when we opened that this is the Expansions News Podcast addendum for the second week of November 2018 because people don't know what, time-wise what's going on.
Well, so do they anyway?
Probably not.
I don't think so. And then something that I reported on a few months ago, I'm just updating you on, that's now all over the news, which is about Oumuamua.
What's your language?
Yeah, you made fun of that when I talked about it before. A pair of Harvard researchers, believe it or not, are raising the possibility that Oumuamua is an alien spacecraft.
Well, we knew this already.
They're actually publishing this November 12, 2018 in the Astrophysical Journal Letters, that the object, quote, may be a fully operational probe sent intentionally to Earth vicinity by an alien civilization, unquote. That's pretty big from Harvard researchers, right?
I already have a probe in me.
So, the question they're saying is, who would have sent such a spacecraft our way and why? And the chairman of Harvard's astronomy department and co-author of the paper, Avi Loeb, and his collaborator, who is Shmuel Bialy.
Not too Israeli there.
A postdoctoral fellow at the Harvard Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics, both acknowledge that the alien spacecraft scenario is an exotic one, but they're saying that it's a possibility.
That means it's true.
And it has been all over the news.
That's how they introduce it to the public. Well, maybe it's this and maybe, but then that means it is.
Yeah. And you know, speaking of which, because this is what I have to say, people have been asking about any updates, any reptilian news that you might have.
I have reptilian news? What, you think I'm like on reptilian CNN?
They said, Stuart hasn't spoken about reptilians in a long time.
What more do you want me to say?
I don't know.
I told you every damn thing about them.
Well, you know what? Have you read his book, Blue Blood, True Blood? Because this tells a lot of stuff in here. And this one has photos in here, too.
I'm going to tell you something.
What?
You want to know?
And
Come
charts?
to the January class, and I have a very detailed update report on all of that. Not just reptilian, but on all.
Yeah,
extraterrestrial and alien information.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. There's a Draco. Boop.
Well, no, that's me in the morning.
Ah, sorry. So, we have that. If you haven't read his autobiography, Montauk, Alien Connection.
I have an autobiography?
You do. And I'm even mentioned in there.
Really? Briefly, probably.
Briefly, very briefly. And True World History. This is also fascinating. So, we have lots of information for you to keep your minds going. We want to remember our webinars, special pricing for December, and and in December you're also going where?
To Cuba.
Cuba.
To La Habana.
Yeah, so a very interesting and fascinating presentation.
I have been invited to speak at a medical conference about the brain. Yeah. Because I have so many issues with it.
Yeah, and that's why you're wearing royal blue, because that's a color to balance the brain, right? So we can help to keep you balanced a little bit.
And I will be meeting with Muriela Castro, who is the niece of Fidel Castro and the daughter of Raul Castro.
A lot of people interested in our work. And then we have our January class, which you just mentioned. We have a lot of information that you're working on very diligently to put together. And then in March,
I will go to Quito, Ecuador again.
Yeah.
And possibly to Bolivia
and
again.
Remember, we're in January. Our plan is to announce the dates for our trip to Italy.
And also the peripheral trips.
Our Clear Health and Healing Tour that we've been doing every year for the last few years, extremely popular. We do not go to the main parts of Italy. We go to the Waldensian country.
Plus, because Maine is in North America,
True.
so we don't go to Maine.
That's true. So we go up in the mountains where the Waldensian people are, and it is absolutely stunningly amazing.
It is
Our Clear
gorgeous.
Health and Healing Tour.
It's beautiful, beautiful.
There's granite. There's no ELF. We drink from the mountain streams. We eat local food. We do, and we
stick your mouth in there?
I do, and we have local food. We have local cheeses.
What if a cow peed in it, like up the stream?
I let you drink in that one.
I don't drink from the stream.
Yeah, no, you just.
I drink from a bottle. I won't tell you what the label says.
In Italy, they make their own wine. And you want to remember that it's fermented grape juice, and it is a digestive aid. And a little bit is good for you when you use it as a food.
And a lot is even better.
When you use it as a food, as it was intended. So, our Clear Health and Healing trip is coming up. You want to remember that. And it's limited. I think we have 2 or 3 places left in our van. People are
we could always get another van.
Maybe. We'll see. So if you want a spot, let us know. You need to reserve it ASAP, and if we have more people, we will consider getting another van. Okay? So with that said, we look forward to seeing you in one of our situations somewhere around the world, on our webinars, on our blogs. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And again, thank you very much for your very kind comments.
Yes, and also again, thank you for the people who sent me birthday gifts. And keep in mind that I have declared the entire month of November as a birthday celebration for myself.
I guess you can do that since you're like Emperor of the month of November or something, right?
I am Emperor of everything.
Is that it? All right, so next time, bye.
Bye for now.